All right, I'm just about to install the Aussietraveller anti-flap things that you go on the side of the awning. And what we were using previously were these things. These things, look, they were good, they've done their job. But there's a few things that happens when you use these that, not too sure if you can see, but up here in the corner, up there, just up there, the awning comes out of the sail track. And so I've had just a bit of a fix up there. But what happens when you use these things, when you use those, it pulls down on the awning. So it pulls down on the awning and it pulls it out of the sail track. So that's where we decided to go with the Aussietraveller anti-flap kit. So I'm going to give them a go. And this is how I've been told to install them. The tools I've got out for this job, what have I got? I've got a 3mm drill bit. I've got an 8mm drill bit to drill into the barrel of the awning. Got my trusty old drill, a ruler or a measuring device, ruler, tape, whichever one's going to work best for you. What else? Silicon, got a trusty silicon. That's about it. So that's all I'm going to use. You don't need many tools to install the anti-flapper, so righto. So what you got to do from the edge here, you're going to measure across 20mm. Measure across 20mm from the edge, and then down 20mm as well from the top of the awning, and that gives you your center point. So that's your center point. So from there, then which is just on the sail track as well. So which is really good. So that's your center point for the little clip that you get, little clip that you get with it. So it's got to go up into there. So with the center point there, then you got to drill the holes either side. And I'm just drilling with a 3mm drill bit, just a pivot hole there, and then I'm going to hand screw them in. So I don't like drilling into the Caravan, so see how I go with this bit. It's either going to make it or break it, so one of the two. Now I can breathe. Oh my God, drilling into the Caravan's not good. That's one. Measure 10 times, drill once. Every time I've drilled into the Caravan, I always make sure I put a bit of silicon up there, bit of silicon in the screw holes, and I'm going to hand do the screws. Just because you're going with stainless steel screws into aluminium, if you use a drill or anything like that, you could damage the van. You could actually snap off the stainless steel screws as well. So yeah, I just hand screw them in. So again, the key is 20mm down, 20mm in. So 20mm down from here, from the awning, and 20mm in, which is there. So which is, yeah, my top hole just there. But you got to make sure that the barrel is at the 3 o'clock position. So it's facing your Caravan. So it's facing your Caravan. So this line here is facing your Caravan. So the awning is all the way out. So when you do this to get the right one. Now I've already installed the center rafters. I've got the 2 center rafters there, which I'll put up in a second. But I've already got a hole up there. So this is probably the most nerve-wracking hole because you got to drill into here without slipping and drilling through the awning. So fingers crossed, see how I go. Oh, yeah. Oh, don't slide. Pilot hole 1 drilled. Let's see how I go with the pilot hole number 2, or not the pilot hole, the main hole. 8mm drill bit. For the spriget, I suppose you'd call it, to go in there. Once the anti-flapper is on, then this is where the hole goes into. So bit of a thing with this one, when you're finished, you've got to drill in and then come down on a bit of an angle. So then that way it'll sit nice and flush in the barrel. So like I said, just come down on a bit of an angle. And then that way, it should fit in there nice and flush that way. So let's get these together. I'll put this one on and hopefully, fingers crossed, it all works. So when you first get these Aussietraveller anti-flap kits, you've got two ends. One end with like a duck bill, and that's the part that goes up against the Caravan, clips in and goes there. And then you got the other end where the spriget goes onto the barrel. So we've got to connect these up. So the best way to connect these up, you see these two screws here? You've got to undo those two screws. Each time. That's if you want to undo them all the time, but yeah, because this center part comes out, you got to turn that around. Line that up. Put these back in. And then you'll loosen this part off here, and that loosens that up, so then it slides in. You got to make sure you hold that up, so then that way, yep. Not every time, you don't have to do it every time, you just need to not make it look awkward like I'm making it look. Thanks. And then there is your anti-flap kit. So this one here is for that side. I'll do the same to the other. So it's all put together now. So we got these levers. So these levers just loosen the whole clamping mechanism. So your awning goes into this clamp part here, and it just closes over your awning and clamps it down. So that's all it does. So there's the duck bill up here. It goes up this end. Get it in there, and then tend to, if you can, it goes over straight away. So it goes over there. I loosen this knob here where the connectors are, and it goes into the hole. Tighten them up, and then, like I say, this just clamps down. There's your anti-flap kit, side one done. The duck bill end up the end, this gets clicked in. Got to go on a bit of an angle, get it in. Then it comes up, and then you got to loosen this part here, just so it slides down and goes into there, and then tighten it back up and clamp all these. And there we are, there's the anti-flap kit on. Seems to be going right. I might put the center poles in as well, and just see how she sits. The Aussietraveller anti-flapper kit, it's pretty amazing. Now I've got it in there. I've got both sides in. I've got these middle rafters as well. So I've got two middle rafters, which just helps with the wind as well. You can see them up there. It's a little bit windy today, and as you can see, it's holding pretty firm. And I'm impressed with these. So the Aussietraveller anti-flap kit, I highly recommend them, and it's probably one of the best investments we've purchased, just because you don't want, in really windy conditions, for your awning to be over the top of your caravan. It rips off, and then you've got all sorts of issues. So definitely a really good investment for the Aussietraveller anti-flap kit.